Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the HBP. I'm one half of the guys, real bad man, showing today with the man himself, Ferris
Bah, bah, bah.
Sharari,
What up,
aka
gang?
Big Hurt. What's up, gang? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good on the heels of this crazy 298 card from last night.
Absolutely. That what a fucking card, man. That was insane. Didn't go as expected. Um, we'll talk about the losses, which were all losses. But did we lose on Saturday? Probably not. It was a good, entertaining card.
Yeah.
Um, but leading up to that, before we go, UFC 300 has been announced.
Finally.
Jamal Hill versus Alex Pereira. How do you feel about that? What's how do we feel?
It's a little underwhelming. I don't know. There's been so much talk about what could be Izzy, what could be Josh Jones, what could be Conor McGregor, and we end up with Alex Pereira. I don't know, bro. It'll still be a fun fight for sure. I know Izzy's probably sick. He's like, this guy took my middleweight strap. He went to light heavy. He did what I couldn't do. And now he's stealing my 300 main event. Fuck this dude.
It's respectable though.
It is. It is. It'll be a fun fight still. I'm actually excited for it. Jamal Hill, of course, is returning from that Achilles from last year when he tore it or whatever the case was
Yeah.
in basketball. And he vacated the title, a mensch move on his part. Alex went on to win and beat Yeri. So it's fun. And now like Jamal beat Alex's mentor in Glover to become champion. And now it's like Alex's chance to redeem Glover and defend his title against the guy who took Glover's.
hmm Yeah, it's an interesting story. I just know that people are a little upset as he's not going to be at UFC 300. I know people are upset that or not Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards is not going to be at UFC 300, which is pretty interesting because I know that Dana White offered him 3 fights. No idea who these guys were, but Leon was like, "I'll take any of them. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter." So
Which
I'm curious who those guys were. That's
yeah,
for
I'm
the
glad
fact
you
that
mentioned that though, because
the
like I'm
fact that
like,
he
what
took
are the
all of
three
them.
guys, bro? There's only one. There's
Well,
only one.
we know that one of them would obviously be that guy, Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah, say the name.
Say the name. But yeah, I'm curious what those other 2 guys were, man. I was
Could it
thinking
be a
about it.
Shavkat?
What's that?
Could it have been a Shavkat?
It could have been a Shavkat, man. It could have been anybody, bro. It's the possibilities are endless. The fact that he accepted all 3 is wild though.
Crazy. What if
But
they offered him Islam?
nah, I don't think that would. What?
Nah.
Why the fuck?
Islam
What's
moving
the
up. Islam's like, all right, everybody else wants to be champ. I'll give this shit a run. He's mentioned it in the past. Why not? It's a massive fight.
When was the last time Islam fought, man? Volkanovski, when was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. A few months ago.
He's holding up the lightweight division if he prepares for a welterweight fight. It just wouldn't make sense. The lightweight division has to stay with him.
Fair.
He should have made that decision. Well, they could have made that decision months ago when he went to fight Volkanovski. They could have set that fight for welterweight. So can't have best of both worlds, man. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. If it's not, then who else, dude? Who else at
That's what we don't.
170 could it have been?
That's what we don't know. We'll probably never find out.
Yeah. The media tried to get it out of Dana, but he was like,
Yeah, he's not gonna say it.
Yeah.
That'd be a waste of an announcement.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got UFC 100. We got our main event locked and loaded. Should be good. It's gonna be a good card.
Yeah.
That's coming up. April, man.
April. It's kind of crazy how fast it's approaching.
Soon, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Next month we got 299, which is a banger of a card.
Mm-hmm.
Last night was a banger of a card. Where do you want to start with this 298?
Yeah, I mean, start with those prelims. I watched most of these fights this morning. I couldn't catch them last night. Ferris was sending me emojis, all type of shit. So I just knew. I knew what the deal was. Those who don't know, we didn't post it, but we talked in private and we put some money on some of these guys and we came up short, unfortunately. But that comes with it, right? That comes with
Yeah,
This
you win some,
gambling
you lose some, man. You win some, you lose some.
win some, you lose some. It just seems like I'm losing everything now, you know?
Agreed, brother. Agreed. Me too, man. Last night, and it's crazy. Last night wasn't my worst betting night, and I went 0 for 6.
0 for 6 is
Crazy.
that's a tough one, man.
Yeah, it is crazy. And I would have hit one bet. I would have hit one if the app I use wasn't bugging out in between the first and second round of the Henry Cejudo Marab fight. 'Cause to that
Mm,
second round, Marab became the underdog. I'm like,
really?
yeah, he was like a plus 115 at going into that second round because Henry had a
Well,
great first.
Henry had a great first round. That was
Yeah,
yeah.
he for
And then it
sure
was
did.
all downhill after that.
Yeah, it really was. But the app was glitching, bro. I couldn't get the bet off, and that would have been
Yeah.
I would have went 1 for 7, which I would have been, it's better than 0%,
Yeah, it would have been.
you know?
Live bets are always tough, man. Those are hard to lock in. Because they go away so fast. You have to be
Right.
ready.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably what happened. But it's all good, man. It's all good. We'll get them next time.
That's right.
But yeah, let's start with those prelims, man. We had I don't even know this guy's name. It was my first time seeing him. You want to pronounce that for me?
Zhang Ming Yang.
Zhang Ming Yang.
Yep. Pretty easy.
Man. Yeah, pretty easy. But not an easy fight
No.
for his opponent. Not an easy fight at all. Put this guy that combination was unbelievable. That
Clean.
guy went out clean. He was
Mhm.
done. Took him a little bit to get up, and we were talking about it before the pod. This guy got up and was like protesting the fight.
You stopped it? Yeah, it was not good. Not a good look.
Yeah, not to make light of the situation, but it was just like ridiculous the way he kind of approached that loss. Kind of an odd one, but man, that guy was a heavy hitter, man.
Yeah,
That
he
was
is.
as clean as it gets as far
Yeah.
as taking a shot, and he took it well for the
Yeah,
most
I
part.
mean, they both stood in the pocket on a few exchanges, and it
Yeah,
felt like these guys are way too big to just be sitting that close, throwing
yeah,
heavy
that
strikes with
was
each other. Just a matter of time. What was more crazy though, the fact that Rebrio, his opponent, uh, protested the finish, or Zhang calling out the champion in his post fight?
yeah, I think the protest might have been crazier, to be honest.
Really? I thought you were gonna go the call
Nah,
out.
no way, no way. That guy was out cold, man. He's
Yeah,
talking about what's going on, man.
yeah.
I'm still
Why?
here.
Yeah,
Nah, but calling out the champion's crazy. But that's just advertisement, bro. He's
that's
just
right.
literally selling himself. I get it.
Yeah.
A
Nah,
little
and I love it.
ridiculous.
I love it. We're talking about him today because of it, and I
Ex-
think that's how you capture a moment, man. I'm
That's how you
excited
got
for his
them.
future. Light heavy, I know it's not your favorite class, but they got some fun guys who, like, could make some serious runs if, they buckle down, and if Zhang, he's only 25, if he keeps getting better, bro,
Yeah,
he could cause some ruckus in this, 205-pound weight class.
I agree. Yeah, big guy, big guy.
Big guy. Speaking of big guy, Junior Tafa replaced his brother
Last second,
last second, dude,
what
like the
happened
day
there?
before. Apparently his I'm trying what's his brother's name? There's Junior and Justin Tafa. I think. I
Yeah,
think it's Justin. Just normal weight cut. He was doing training, I guess, and he just tore something in his knee. And his brother steps in, and yeah, it wasn't their night, man. And you could just see broke my heart looking in Justin Jr.'s corner and seeing Justin, like, with his head down, just staring, watching the fight. Like,
yeah.
imagine,
I'm a
like, what's going through his mind right now.
I felt so bad for him, man. That was tough to see, man. Just seeing your brother get pummeled like that. That was
Especially when it was
tough.
your fight, like, you prepared months for this
Yeah.
moment, and,
Yeah,
like,
no, there's no way around it. That was a tough watch, man. It was a very tough watch.
it was a
But
fun
that's what
story, though,
but,
like, going
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, kudos to him, man, stepping up and saving the show for sure. That was big ups on him, but man, I wish he didn't take this fight, man. That was that was really
Yeah,
bad to watch.
yeah,
Poor
the
guy.
low leg, man, it was almost a theme of last night where these low leg kicks and the damage that, like,
Oh, yeah.
just kicking somebody in their calf, like, the damage that creates and the advantage that gives you if you land a couple is crazy.
Mhm. Calf
Ah,
kicks, man, dangerous. Dangerous
real
stuff, man.
It's real dangerous,
Couple of
man.
those and you're out, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Changed the whole trajectory of the fight, man.
for real. Junior couldn't even stand up, bro.
Yeah,
It was tough. It was tough to watch. But props to the veteran
hmm,
Marcos Rigoro de Lima, ranked like
yeah,
15, I think, in that heavyweight weight class and defended his slot, man.
yeah.
He's a legit dude. Speaking of legit, I was so entertained during this next fight, man. I was on the heels of my chair, just in awe of Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern. A banger,
Oof.
bro. A banger
Yeah.
of a fight. What did you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, Amanda Lemos, she just keeps showing and showing that she belongs here.
Yeah.
I've never really been a huge fan of her style, but her going up against one of the most dangerous grapplers and submission artists in this division and holding her own, that was spectacular, man. She did well on the feet. She did well in the grappling exchanges. She did well with basically in every aspect of the fight. Mackenzie as well. Mackenzie was phenomenal. It was a close fight. It honestly was a close fight. Um, yeah, both these girls are so tough, man. It really could have went either way, but it was that ending was just very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting ending. Is it like nobody can understand Bruce anymore? I don't understand. It's like man clearly said Amanda Lemos won,
Yeah.
and to Mackenzie's defense, she doesn't really speak English,
Does she? She
so
speaks English. Who?
not well.
Somebody, Lemos or Dern?
Darn, my bad.
Oh, Dern be speaking English, dog.
Ah, Amanda, my bad, my bad, my bad.
Amanda, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
She doesn't, yeah.
yeah. So to her defense, you know, she probably didn't know who was getting called the winner, but then Mackenzie Dern just like snapped. She was like
Yeah, I noticed that too.
that.
She was losing her shit.
Yeah, it was clearly said Amanda Lemos. I know I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah, but I thought it was also her saying, like, "I thought I won the fight,"
Yeah, no, it
you
was
know?
close, right? It was a close fight, but
Did you think she won?
I think Amanda won for sure.
Yeah, I thought Amanda won too. That's why I was kinda surprised seeing, like, Mackenzie, like, protested and kinda lose her shit and, like, look like a four-year-old. You see her, like,
But
throwing her arms in the air, like, "What are you like, what?"
yeah,
And I
but that
understand.
was also but that was
Emotional
also
moment.
her thinking that she won the fight.
Yeah, so it was
Like
like a
she genuinely thought she got called to win the fight,
That's
and then she
crazy.
protested. I was like, where the hell did he say your name? There's
Yeah,
two completely different names.
yeah,
That's what blew
yeah.
my mind. But I don't know, man. Yeah, the temper tantrum was a tough one to watch.
Yeah,
But it's just one of those things, right? It's like everybody knows her or like what she's capable of and like how dangerous she is, and she just keeps getting these close fights. I don't know
yeah,
what's been going on.
yeah.
She's
Well, I mean,
you
like,
know
you go towards the top of the division, like, the fights get harder.
it does,
That's
yeah,
definitely a thing. But, like, another really, I think, Mackenzie should be proud of is, like, win, lose, or draw, like, no matter the outcome of the fight, most of her fights are entertaining.
yeah. I would agree.
Most of her fights are rewatchable, it's fun fights that I would always tell people, "Don't make sure you watch that, yada, yada." So that's, like, more important is sometimes than winning fights, is just being an entertaining fights in terms of, like, stock of your career.
Yeah,
So yeah, Mackenzie's a gangster, but Amanda definitely won that fight, bro.
yeah,
On the feet, Amanda looked like a killer.
yeah.
Was
And
hitting her with some shit.
that's what she's good at. We expected her to be better than Mackenzie on the feet. Mackenzie
Yeah,
has been getting better with her striking. That's something that she has been vocal about over the years. Like she's trying to get better and better and better. And that she really displayed that, against Tisha Torres, and you know how tough a fight that was. That was a really good fight too, way back. And then to kind of see that progression. But this was a real elite boxer. That was she did her best. She did
yeah,
her best on the feet, but came up short. In my eyes, came up short. I don't know whenever else was watching, but I
yeah.
thought she lost the fight
Same here. I
in a
think
close one.
majority
In
I
a
think ma
close one.
Yeah, agreed. I think most people thought she lost, but again, it was a
Yeah,
close one, so either
yeah,
way.
yeah.
But it was definitely a great one to lead us into this main card, to set us up for the pay-per-view card. Josh hinted at it earlier. We went all in on somebody on this card. Should we just say who it was? We shouldn't hold it back, right?
Yeah, we're just getting into it, man.
Let's get right into it. Opening up this main card, we had Fluffy Anthony Hernandez, which I had no idea this guy had such a was so tough and good grappler. But he was fighting Roman Kopylov, who had some fascinating finishes thus far in the UFC and fun fights. Tough guy, and he came into this fight at a plus 200. Which, looking at this fight on paper, I thought it was wicked close, and I had Roman. I was taking Roman before I even looked at the line. So once I seen plus 200 or plus 190, whatever I first noticed it at, I was like, holy fuck, this got to be
Yeah,
wrong, right?
yeah.
Vegas messed up here. That wasn't the case.
Vegas knew what was going on.
They knew, which is usually what it is,
They
right?
always know.
Yeah, it's like fuck us for trying to, think we knew we were a step ahead of Vegas. What type of idiots are we? But yeah, they robbed us, man. Roman got finished in
Yeah.
that second round by a game. Again, tough, really, really talented grappler and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. What did you think of the fight?
I mean, yeah, it was a tough one to watch this morning. And like I said, I knew it was over once you messaged me last night, the crying emoji. I was like, oh, don't say that, man.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
But I knew what the deal was. I knew what I was getting myself into. It was definitely going to be a 50-50 fight, like we mentioned in the last podcast. Is essentially an elite grappler versus an elite striker. This guy's a Sambo champion, 4-time champion, unreal striking, unreal power. Just a very talented guy, and that showed in the first round. He was clearly winning on the feet. Anthony wanted nothing to do with this guy. He was basically leaning towards trying to take this guy down. He just did not want anything to do with this guy. He was playing the distance, and Kopylov was getting the best of him. And then we get into that second round, and then it was just all downhill. It really was. It was Kopylov had no answer for the grappling, no answer for getting taken down, no answer for the submission hunt, like for the submission defense. He was just a dead fish in the water, essentially. That was bad to watch, man. That was bad to watch. It was worse enough, the fact that I saw nothing in my DraftKings account, but it was just worse enough that I had to watch how he lost. And that was just like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I knew this could have potentially happened.
Especially after the first round, he looked so good on the feet. I gave that first round to Roman. I was like, all right, he stays at this range, at this pace, he's winning this fight. But Fluffy, bro, he was eating everything. And Roman was trying to set up that high kick that he knocked somebody out a few cards ago. And he was trying to. He was throwing these body kicks that were so powerful. But again, man, props to Fluffy for being a gangster and weighing it out. And I think he's from California, so way to get a big win in front of your hometown crowd. Like that's lit, man. So fuck our betting slips, man. It's bigger than that, right?
It's bigger than that. Yeah. It's for fun anyway. At the end of the day,
right.
That money I probably would have made, I would have lost anyway. So I'm down the road. That's the thing about gambling, man. If you don't hit a mill and you quit, what is it all for? You know what I mean?
That's right.
You're just gonna lose the money anyway.
On that same token, I once heard advice that I tell everybody: you can't win unless you're in the game, brother.
Good point. Just don't gamble, man.
Just don't gamble. But then you can't win, so
Yeah, but then you can't win. That's what makes it fun. I feel like it just makes watching sports that much more entertaining, which is what I get a kick out of.
Yeah.
The money's a nice added plus. It's like, all right, I can buy a flight somewhere now. It's cool, but I'm gonna lose the money anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you gotta just go into it and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna lose this or I'm gonna win.
Yeah. I think if you come into it like maybe I'm gonna win, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Because like I go into all these cars like this is the one where I'm gonna walk out, a few hundred beans richer, but it never works out that way. It never does. But great point about what you said about like betting on fights just makes it funner. I bet on the first fight of the night, which was I think Miranda Maverick and Adriana Lee. That fight was boring as fuck until I bet on it. And then afterwards, I was all in, which I lost.
You lost.
It happens, but I almost won. All right, moving on. Merab Duvalishvili took on former two-weight class world champion Henry Cejudo. Boy, oh boy,
Uh,
man. Boy, oh boy. What do you got to say about yourself, Josh? You chose Henry on our last show, and you got the short end of the stick. And as somebody who chose Marab, I'm gonna defer to you to start talk on this one.
yeah, no, this was a tough one. Another sad watch, I would say. This was literally Henry seeing the future of this division and his future in the sport right in front of him. Quite literally the embodiment of what he has to go up against right in front of him. I mean, that was destruction. That was destruction by Marab. There wasn't I'll give Henry credit. The first round was a good round for him. Um, he had energy and he looked good in the pocket. He was picking his shots well. He was landing quite a bit. Not really knocked Marab down. I wouldn't really call that a knockdown. I don't even think they scored that as a knockdown, but he hit him pretty hard, and Marab slipped a little bit. He had some good exchanges. Marab was also good in that first round too, but I would genuinely give Henry that round, and then it was just downhill. It was all downhill from the second round to the third. Marab just turned it up to another level, and he just showed him like, "Hey, man, there's levels to this shit. You're old, man. I'm young. I'm here. You're not. This is what's gonna happen." And he just destroyed him in every aspect. I mean, it was sad to watch. It was really, really sad to watch because Marab gave this guy no chance. Absolutely no chance, which he shouldn't, right? But he just schooled Henry, man. He absolutely schooled him, and it was impressive. It was honestly impressive because Henry's a little bit older now, and
Yeah,
he's been out of the game for a little bit. That's still one of the greatest fighters of this generation. He's one of the most talented fighters who doesn't get a lot of credit,
for sure.
and Barab just showed out, man. He absolutely schooled him in the wrestling. He outschooled him in every aspect of the scramble. He outgrappled him. He was landing the harder shots. His jab was clean. The leg kicks were on point. Like
Yeah.
the guy just looked he just looked unbeatable. And to top it off with the fucking cherry on top, man, he lifts this guy up,
Oh, I love that
drags
shit,
him
dude.
across the octagon, and slams him on his back. Like,
Yeah,
what a way to just end the fight off like that, right? Like, I'm your
yeah.
daddy. Here you go, man. Take this with you
Tongue out.
and, and never come back to the sport. That
Yeah,
was like, oh man, to be Henry Cejudo in that situation, man, that must be so demoralizing.
for sure. Yeah,
To
especially
be
like
defenseless, right? To be
yeah,
completely
yeah,
defenseless from being one of the best fighters of this generation. Still, he's gonna go down the Hall of Fame once he retires. But man, he was defenseless up to that second round. He just didn't look good, man.
yeah. No, he didn't, bro. It was definitely like after like I would say the 7-minute mark, he didn't win a single second of that fight.
No, no, it was over for him.
Yeah, and it was that that slam that Marab successfully performed was my favorite part of the fight by far. Especially like Henry's is the Olympian. He's the freestyle wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's as accomplished as anybody breathing air. So with that being said, brother, like I was kind of surprised Marab beat the shit out of him the way he did, but like Marab is such a tank where I'm not. Are you surprised?
Yeah, it's not like a surprise to me at all.
Not at all, dude.
He's a tough guy. That Marab looked unreal, man.
Yeah, that
That
Marab is
Marab
crazy.
looked Sean O'Malley ready.
I mean, I don't know if Sean O'Malley's ready for this version of Marab. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he's championship ready, man.
Mm.
That was an unbelievable performance.
Yeah, agreed. And it just goes to show like you take 3 years off, no matter how good you are, no matter how much you've done in this sport, no matter what, no matter
And
who
that's
you
the
are.
naiveness in me, man, thinking this guy would come back.
Yeah, yeah. But he did look good in his last one against Aljo. He did. He
Yeah, he did.
did. He looked a
Yeah,
lot better than he did last night. But
yeah.
is Aljo dangerous?
Come on. Can we not
Yeah.
do this right now,
I'm
man?
I'm just I'm just trying to be honest here. I'm just trying to be Marab is dangerous, bro. Marab trip you up, ground and pound. Marab's that guy, man. That's why Aljo never wanted to fight him.
Well, they're teammates.
Yeah, I'm
Get,
trolling.
get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm trolling, man.
You're
But
trying to
Marab,
make this into like a Kamaru Usman
Gilbert,
fucking Gilbert or like
yeah,
come on.
Yeah, no, I don't want them to fight. I'm glad they never did that, but
But hey, a
that was
lot
just
of
then.
hey, a lot of teammates been fighting lately, man. We got Kamaru and you know hmm,
You about to tell me something? I don't know. Who's Kamaru fighting? Gaethje? Rose? Trevor Whitman?
I don't even think he's with that team anymore.
Nah,
I don't think Trevor wasn't in his corner last fight, was he? I don't think
I
he
don't even
was.
remember, man. I don't even know.
That's scary. No, but I'm saying, Colby Covington and Jorge fought,
Oh yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's
Kamaru and Gilby. It
yeah.
might be time, man. Aljon.
Aljo is gonna get
Ah,
smashed at 45 at the UFC
man.
300. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, we know who two people coming off a loss right now. Is he and Volk? Just saying.
What the fuck you talking about?
Just saying.
Yeah, man. But back to
Not trying to
Marab.
see it. Not
What
trying to see it.
is he versus Marab?
Is he Volk?
Is he Volk? Tag team?
What did you just say?
Tag team?
All right, we're getting goofy. We're getting goofy.
What? All right.
We're
Back to
getting
Marab
goofy.
and Henry. Congrats to Marab. He's got to be next for the world title at this point. The winner of O'Malley and Vera gotta fight Marab. Got to. No other thing. Nothing else out there.
Yeah, I agree.
And Marab's he's
I
kind of a
agree.
fun guy to root for.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
He is.
I like his content.
Yeah. Speaking of content, Ian Gary.
Come on, dude.
He got the victory on last night. One that we were both wrong about. We both took Jeff Neal.
I don't even know what I don't even understand why I went with Jeff, man. I'm be honest.
Why?
I should have known better.
Explain yourself.
I feel like I went with Jeff just to go with Jeff. But to be honest, this is like where the card got a little weird because what part of this fight was a split decision? I don't understand how they even thought Jeff was even close to winning this fight.
Yeah, a lot of people
This
thought Jeff
guy,
won too, which is crazy. Islam was tweeting about it. Islam was like, "I thought Jeff."
dude, come on, man. Ian outschooled him the entire fight, man. Jeff landed some good shots. He landed some good shots, but
But
majority of them were missing, bro. A lot of these people think he was landing shots left and right. He really wasn't when you really look at the fight. He was not landing at a high rate at all. Ian Gary outschooled him every aspect of the fight. It wasn't that entertaining, but
mm,
he outschooled him, man. He played the distance. He kicked him to death, jabbed him to death, and that's essentially what he did. And he stuck with that game plan for 3 rounds, and that's all there was to it. Jeff, I don't know what his game plan was for this fight. I thought he would blitz a lot more. He didn't. I don't know why he tried clinching, grappling with him. Didn't work. He just got outschooled, man. It was just the
yeah,
rangier fighter versus the shorter fighter, and he just didn't capitalize on it very well. The moments he did it, like I said, I thought he was going to blitz a lot more. He didn't do it enough. But that's just goes with the saying, like, Ian's just talented. He knows how to
yeah,
play the distance well. He was circling the octagon well, so he just wasn't giving him opportunity
right.
to kind of get those openings for him for that shot. But just a weird fight, man. Just an overall weird fight. And the fact
Yeah,
that they said split decision, I was like, what the fuck were you guys watching?
yeah,
Where the fuck was this a split
yeah.
decision?
Yeah. I thought it was a little bit
Because
closer than that,
because the
though.
fight I
No?
was watching was Jeff Neal getting his legs beat up and his abdomen kicked to death. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
That's the fight I saw.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
thought
know.
the first round, I see people giving that one to Jeff. I can agree with that one, and then
I can understand that. Yeah.
the next 2
That-
rounds, yeah, like you said, was just Ian dancing on the outside, hitting him with
right.
strikes. Dude, he was throwing that John Jones like oblique to the foot. I hate that kick.
It's such a dickhead move, right? It's like,
Dickhead
come
move.
on, man. You're gonna end this.
Dickhead.
But then our boy does it too, Khalil.
Khalil. That's like
And
the
he
most
actually ended some
legendary.
guys.
Yeah, yeah. That
I
dude
haven't seen that guy
still
fight
hasn't
since.
returned.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's a dickhead move, because if you do it efficiently, it puts you on the shelf. It puts you up here for like 2 years.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's
But
at the show. No,
res respect to Ian, man.
it's
He played that fight like a veteran and like a
yeah,
G. So, like,
yeah,
respect. He had a dangerous opponent in front of him, and he approached that fight with the most tactical approach for, like, the weapons he has, and
yeah.
it was a good win by him, man. Good win by him, and I love the Kobe call out, by the way. That's a way to, like
That was an insane call. You said he's
no,
gonna put him in
in
retirement?
retirement. Yeah.
What the hell kind of call out is that, man?
I loved it. I loved it, especially, like, where Ian is in his career, where everybody's booing him at the moment. Like, this is a chance for him to become the good guy again because we all, like, notoriously hate Kobe. Everybody across the board hates Kobe. And if Ian fights him and beats him impressively, like, now we all of a sudden like Ian again.
I don't think there's any coming back, man.
For Ian?
I don't think there's coming back, man. I think he's the villain for life now. That was
Respect, respect. We need
that
those.
news
We
that
need
came
those in
out.
our game.
No disrespect to him, and
Oh,
you
we're not
know his yeah, no disrespect to his situation and what he has going on. I'm glad he's fully embracing it. I actually liked some of the stuff he was saying during his interviews leading up to it. I thought it was great stuff. We won't really get into it, but that situation, I don't think there's any coming back from that, man.
Yeah.
People are still talking about John Jones' situation years later. You know what I mean? Once you have something of that stature or something similar happen, they're gonna clown you for life, man. I don't think it's all
no return.
There's no return. I don't think, man.
Respect.
But he can keep racking these wins up. You know, he's a talented fighter, so nobody can take that from him.
Yeah. And I mean, if he goes on and fights Kobe next and beats Kobe, like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
And Kamaru. Are we done seeing Kamaru?
I want him to fight somebody, man.
It's so crazy how just a year ago this guy was like
the guy.
Just the guy. Like nobody, he was untouchable.
Yeah.
For years. Ever since he beat Tyron Woodley, outschooled him to become the champion. This guy was the greatest fighter of the entire roster of the UFC.
100%.
There was nobody else talked about. I mean, Israel Adesanya, of course, was in that conversation. Francis Ngannou was on the rise. And then, you know, you got your Cyril Gans and you got, you know, like those guys are on the rise, but nobody had, like, Kamaru had the juice at the time, bro. For years, man. 3 years, he had the juice. I haven't even heard of a fight announcement yet.
Yeah, it's been a while. And he didn't even look bad in his last one against Hamzat at 85.
Yeah.
Like he held his own and he but like my question is, do you stay at 85? Do you come back to 70? Like what is the best career move? You lost to Leon twice, who's our current champion. Like what's the move? He's in a weird position right now, man. So I understand kind of waiting it out, seeing like the landscape and like
welterweight is just disgusting right now, man. I think he moves out of this weight class. But the thing that made him so special in this weight class is how big he is. So if he goes up, it's like he's not that special anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he is in a tough position. I do agree.
Damn,
just don't got it right now, man. These guys are just younger and
that's right.
More athletic. And that is dealing with some shit, man. Remember what you were saying on you said to Joe Rogan on the podcast, dude can't even like walk on his he can't even walk up the stairs, bro. He's so fucked.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's
go
dealing with
backwards. Like how does it
he's like every fight I'm in pain. Like oh man. He's a legend, man. He's already in the Hall of Fame. But yeah. I don't even know how we got to Kamaru. Oh yeah, we're talking about potential Ian Gary opponent. I would like to see Hamzat Ian Gary. I think that'd be entertaining.
Hamzat's at like 85, and there's probably no
bouncing.
Return to 70.
Yeah, he's probably
can't make 70. Yeah, that's a tough one. Imagine Ian versus Shavkat. Banger. But like, wait. Like, one of these guys could be champion in 3 years' time. It's a way bigger fight then.
Yeah. It's a tough one, right?
It is.
For the matchmakers, it's a tough one.
They got the best job in the world, don't they?
They do.
All right, man. Moving on to the co-main of the evening, and I am so happy about the outcome of this one because I can point at you and say, "I told you so. I told you." My boy Rob Whitaker, man, the world was doubting him. He
You're
had
acting
the
like,
social
all right,
media. He had the
let's.
Twitter personality that is Bohachina. He had.
I wasn't wrong, but I was wrong.
You were wrong, gang. You chose Paulo Costa
If
by
Paulo
knockout.
if Paulo Costa had 10 more seconds after that
I knew
head
you were
heel
gonna say
kick,
that shit.
if
Yeah,
he
you were.
had 10 more seconds, Rob Whitaker it would have been curtains for him.
Possibly, and that's
Possibly,
and and
he
the
was
biggest word,
wobbling.
the most important word in your statement was if. If.
If, but
That's not how it played out, gang. He didn't. He didn't.
he
And
didn't.
that's the MMA gods falling going towards Whitaker. But then he comes on 2 straight rounds and he beats up Costa.
Whitaker has the most inconsistent chin I've ever seen in the sport.
What does that mean?
It just doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't make sense.
DDP's good,
How
man.
he just gets clipped by a left hook from Izzy, goes to sleep. Goes to sleep from Drekus. And somehow eats a fully head on collision heel kick from Juice Monkey Paulo Costa. Just eats it, bro.
Yo, Juice Monkey is crazy. Respect though.
Like,
Yeah, like that's a fact. That's a good point. It kind of is inconsistent.
it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But kudos to him, man. He fought a good fight. Paulo Costa just
Also
he's
fought
just
a
in
good fight. He
he's just
also fought a good
entertaining.
fight though. He also like
Yeah.
he did well. He didn't look bad. Like
No,
he just fought a better
oh
guy.
it was a good fight because it was entertaining, but he looked bad, man. Come on.
What? I didn't think so.
Addressed none of the leg kicks, no defense, just 8 shots for free.
But
He
so
didn't
did
look good,
Whitaker,
man.
low key. But
He didn't
like
look good, man. But he
coming
made
into
it an
this,
entertaining
I
fight.
told you.
So I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. He did make it entertaining.
But
Coming into
he's
this, we were talking about who's more technical, and that showed, bro. That's what it is. Like if you're more
it does
technical, you're
show.
not gonna get hit with stupid shots.
No, you're right.
And Robert
He,
Whitaker's that guy, brother, man.
you say that and then he just eats a heel kick. A
Yeah,
roundhouse wheel kick at that.
that shit was crazy, bro. And then
That
you see
shit
his
was
eye after was all that. Yeah, that was tough,
that
man.
guy's something else, man. I don't understand. And the next fight, he's gonna get knocked out by a fucking little head tap. Little,
Nah, nah, he's not, man. It depends on who he fights, of course, but he's really, really, really talented, bro. That's why I try to tell you and everybody listening.
you don't have to tell me that. I know he's talented. I just fully expected Paulo Costa to knock him out, and he almost did. And that's all it came down to it. If that fight had a minute more, not even I won't even give him a minute. I'll give
Yeah,
him 10 more seconds, like I
yeah,
said. That
yeah,
that that was it. That was it for Whitaker.
yeah. He was in bad shape, and he was like throwing strikes back. He wasn't even defending. It would have been bad, but the round ended.
The round ended, but
Yeah,
I rest my case on that. I still thought he would have won.
yeah,
But I didn't expect him to win on unanimously. I didn't expect him to win split decision. I didn't expect him to win on points. I expect him to knock him out. That's all I came here for. He almost did it. And so
yeah.
after that, I was just like, all right, Whitaker's gonna outscore him. Paulo Costa has not addressed anything over the
Anything.
years. Nothing.
Yeah,
He's still eating leg kicks, not checking them. He's still not defending up top. He's addressed nothing. But it was an entertaining fight. It was a war. So we got something out of that, and
that's right.
I'm happy about that at least.
Amen. Moving on to the main event of the evening, the headlining fight of the card, and an absolute shocker, man, because we both had Volk coming into this. I think most of the world had Volk coming into this. He was the favorite, and Ilia, undefeated, 27-year-old Spain, Georgian, just oh man, that
No.
striking is so efficient, bro. The way
He
he
has
moves and like the way he mixes it up, and he like that that finishing sequence. If you just focus on him, you see how much he's throwing those strikes with. Like any one of those strikes is putting Volk out if it lands.
mhm.
And one of them touched his chin, and I was all she wrote, man, and new. But
Courage.
Bodman, what did you think of this fight?
I was shocked. I was not shocked, but I honestly thought this fight would go a little bit longer than 2 rounds. But as I've always said, man, once these guys get knocked out bad one time, man, there's something about it, man. It just keeps happening. And oh man, part of me, and I didn't want to say this last podcast because I didn't want to. Yeah, I believe in certain shit. I don't want to jinx anything, but part of me was like, man, did Volk come back too soon, man? After that bad knockout, um, possibly, right? Who knows? But Volk fought a spectacular first round. I thought he was so smart. He was so calculated. Circled around the shots of Topuria. He knew the shots were coming. He knew he was loading up, trying to get him. And I don't know if that was the game plan for Topuria to get that one shot. I think he did mention at the end where he was like, "Yeah, we were looking for that shot." But part of me is like, all right, man.
They all say that shit.
You're saying it to make yourself sound good. We know what you're doing. I don't know. It was a tough one, man. Like we said, it was a 50-50 fight, man. Volk is still a spectacular fighter, very skilled, and Topuria is just known for knocking guys out. I think he's undefeated with knocking guys out on when they're on the fence. I think every guy that's been on the fence, I saw some crazy stuff on Twitter. Every guy that's been on the fence with him has been knocked out.
That's nuts.
That's so insane. And you see the shot, you watch it slow motion. It didn't even look that bad. But then you really look at it, it's like, wow, he snapped his neck. Yeah. But in real time, I was like, what the fuck happened?
What just happened? And Volk was like shut off, bro. He was like,
no, he didn't get up.
Defenseless.
He didn't get up. He had a cut. Like, you see, he had like a cut on the back of his head.
I didn't know.
Too. There was like a cut there. So I was wondering what happened there. But Topuria's the real deal, man.
Yeah, he
is the real deal. We knew that coming into this. We knew the dangers he was going to deal with. I thought Volk was going to shut him down.
Yeah.
Leg kicks, which he was doing a good job at first.
He kind of was shutting him down.
He was shutting him down, man, and he was circling the octagon. They had the perfect game plan for this guy. Mm-hmm. But then he just got way too complacent, and it's just one mistake. You're on the fence, and like I said, this guy is undefeated when he has a guy backed up on the fence. It's crazy, man. The power is unreal. Yeah. It was such a short punch too, man. You wouldn't even God, he just shut him down. That was scary, man. That was a scary one to watch too. Mm-hmm. Seeing Volk just kind of sit down there.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
But congrats to Topuria, man. First Spanish champion. Never knew that. First Spaniard.
Yeah, Spaniard world and first Georgian world champion. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to be proud of, bro. And I've said this before on the pod. My favorite thing about the sport is whenever somebody wins a world championship for the first time and seeing the emotion.
Yeah.
And the post fight, and I know a parade is coming in Spain. I know they're gonna do a whole lot whenever he goes back over there. So I'm excited to see all that. And this was another classic Ilia performance where he loses early in the fight, and then he you get him against the cage, and he just pop, 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 pop. You're dead. And
is that what he sounded like?
What's that? Is
that what he sounded like when he was punching him?
He's like pop, 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 pop. And then Volk's down, and then and he turned around in disbelief. He didn't even know. He was just looked like he lost. I'm like, brother, you the world champ now. But yeah, props to him. He's now our 45 world champion. And that point you were making about Kamaru earlier about him being the guy for so long, you can make the same thing about Volk, bro. He was running shit since 2019. First loss at 45 in how many years?
Yeah.
He was 12-0. I think I seen a stat prior during his run. And since then, in 2023 and 2024, he's 1-3.
Yeah, which is crazy. And then and one of them wasn't even in this division.
2 of them weren't in this division.
That's insane.
Sad, man.
That's insane. Yeah, that was a tough one to watch, man. I don't know where he goes from here.
He's running back.
You think run it back, man?
Run it back.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely. Yeah, I feel like he is deserving of it. And the fact that it just kind of ended so preemptively, that was a sad one to see. But if he knocks him out again,
Mm.
Which fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I hope we get a really competitive fight next time. We'll get to there. We'll get to that when we get to there, man. But that's going to be a hard conversation to have
Yeah.
if you're in the city kickboxing gym with Volk.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if you're Volk, don't bring Zuck in your corner next time around. You just don't do that. Stick with your
He
guys.
was just watching the fights, man.
He was like in his corner. You didn't see that shit?
I did, but he wasn't. You think he's coaching? Fucking come
Yeah,
on!
just move. Like move.
What the hell does Zucky have to offer Volk, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Sit your ass down.
That was goofy, man. That was really goofy, man. Seeing him there.
Yeah. I enjoyed like him and Marab's interaction. Zuck and Marab's like while Marab was fighting. But at that point, he was just like somebody in the stands just enjoying the fight. He wasn't like standing in the corner just looking all retarded.
Isn't there footage of Zuck getting slumped in the gym?
Ooh, I think he hurt his knee or something. I think that's what it was, right?
Some shit happened. He got slumped. I think I seen footage of that.
Yeah, but crazy fight, man. Crazy ending to a really entertaining card. And like the run that the UFC is about to go on the next few months with 299 and 300, it's gonna be very it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts, man. It's gonna be nuts. So look forward to all those podcasts we're gonna throw out there to listeners. If you made it to this point, Josh and I greatly appreciate your support. Follow us on Insta at the HB pod _ at the end. Follow us on our personal Instagrams. You can find them on our Instagram link tree. Shirts will be on sale soon. Also, I have an interview dropping with Mo Kanani, who's fighting next Saturday at a Combat Zone Calvin Cater show in New Hampshire. That's dropping on Monday. So make sure you go listen to that after you listen to this. And we'll catch you guys later this week.
Peace.